I'm Michael Roberts, and welcome to another edition of Stage Door Chicago. I'm outside the Drury Lane Water Tower Theater, where a fabulous new production of Altar Boyz is opening October 7th. Come inside with me as I interview all 5 of the Altar Boyz.
God put the rhythm in me, God put the rhythm in me, God put the rhythm in me, God put the rhythm in me. God put it in me, and that's where it's gonna stay. Yeah, yeah. God put it in me, and that's where it's gonna stay.
Hello, boys. So we're going to do an Altar Boyz roll call. Let's start from the back. We have Tyler McGee,
Playing Luke.
our favorite Jew, Nick Farina.
Yes, I'm playing
Yes.
Abraham.
Yes. And then we have the sensitive one, Brian Crum.
Mark.
Sensitive indeed.
Sensitive, very.
And then Matthew Wright,
Yes.
as we have Devin.
Devin.
DeSantis.
That's right.
And my favorite Buffalo boy,
Yay.
Adam.
Hi. I'm playing Juan.
So tell us about your characters. Let's start with the sensitive one. Mark.
I'm playing Mark.
Yes.
He's the youngest of the group.
Oh, the baby.
The baby, if you will. And yeah, he's the sensitive, shy one who gets his moment to be a diva in the show. So
Kind of a Dreamgirls.
definitely,
Diva-like
yeah.
moment.
It's
you
good
do
times.
You do the arm, don't you? You're gonna love
It's
me.
a little taste, a little taste.
And Matthew, you're almost the Matthew. Devin,
Matthew.
you're like the
That's
lead
whatever.
of
It
the like the
works.
lead of the Altar
The
Boyz.
quote-unquote leader of the group.
You're the Messiah,
Yes.
sort of.
Oh, wow. Never heard that before.
It is.
Messiah,
There you go.
sure.
You're like the Ted Neely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
I'll hold these crazies together.
What's the rehearsal process been like?
Long.
Yeah.
Yeah, grueling.
It's been pretty long. It was kind of like hurry up and wait. Like we learned the show in 4 days, and then we rehearsed for.
We had a couple
10
weeks
years.
of
Yeah.
like, all right, let's
of cleaning it up, and we've just
Yeah.
play
been
for a bit.
kind of just working our butts off during previews during the day.
We're ready to open.
Yeah.
You are.
We're ready to
So-
go.
So where are each of you from?
Up in Northern California,
And we're in Northern California.
San Jose.
The Jew.
I'm from New York,
You
but
are.
originally from Ohio, where the Altar Boyz actually come from.
The Altar Boyz did start in Ohio.
Yes.
Well, we're from Ohio. But the Altar Boyz
Yes,
are.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, the group.
Yeah.
The group is from
Boys.
Ohio.
Right.
Right. And okay, Adam, Buffalo boy,
And I'm from Buffalo.
Yes.
Orchard Park. And I live in New York.
and Devin.
I am from Chicago, originally from Colorado, right out of Denver.
So you're one of the only local boys.
Yeah. 100%.
And I'm originally from San Diego, but came
Oh.
to Chicago from New York.
So how did you hear about Altar Boyz, and how did you all end up here in Chicago? What was your road? What was your road to salvation?
I was living in New York doing a show called Wicked, and
Never heard of it.
you've never heard it? Yeah,
No.
it's this little show. And I had auditioned for Stafford a couple times before I started Wicked, and so he called me and said, we're doing this Chicago thing, and would you come in and sing for the producer? So I came in, sang, and got my call a couple weeks later.
That was your calling. You got your
It's my
calling.
calling.
What about you, Devin?
Mine was, I was just here in Chicago. I had a friend who had done one of the other Altar Boyz. I'm not pointing at him. I'm just saying. And so I heard about it through him. Just came and auditioned. It was just a couple days. It was very random.
Tyler?
I did Altar Boyz in Long Beach. I did a regional production there, and
That was the first regional production.
yeah, it was the first regional. And our producer asked me to travel to Chicago so that Stafford could see me, and then here I am. Here
And
I
we keep talking about
approached in
Stafford.
September.
Who Stafford
director.
would be?
Stafford Arima, the
Stafford
director.
Arima.
He's Canadian.
Oh.
Just gonna
Well,
throw
when you
that out
said
there.
Stafford, because there's Stafford at Avon,
Right.
which is a theater up there. So
It
when you
is.
said Stafford,
But-
Stafford
Right.
Arima, the director.
And Nick.
I was actually doing Forbidden Broadway in town here in Chicago.
SVU?
And yes.
Oh,
While I was here in Chicago, I heard they were having auditions for Altar Boyz, so I came in.
So tell us about Altar Boyz. What is the show about? Tell us about the DX12. Yeah, somebody.
Who wants to
Take
take
it
this?
away.
I'll do
Should I
it.
Go ahead. The speech. Well, the Soul Sensor DX12 is a device that takes the metaphysical temperature of the room, and it just tells us how many souls are weighed down with sin in the audience. And our job in this show is to cleanse those souls and make everybody
Bring
Through
a little
sweet pop
feel
Jesus
lighter
into their
through
life.
sweet pop music.
Sweet
And funk and
And
rock.
funk and
music.
rock.
Yes.
And how many souls are saved a night usually?
Every
ranges.
single one.
But I mean, but it varies, like
Yeah.
the audience size.
But we get down to 0 if it's the last thing we do.
yeah.
And actually, people write confessions before they come in, and you actually speak. What's the most screwed up confession that you've seen?
The oddest was somebody going on about how they drink orange juice with cereal, and that was a sin. It confused the heck out of me.
Stop, yeah.
Wow.
That was
Yeah.
his confession.
Oddest.
It's pretty bad.
Okay, fine, it was me. It's cereal.
That was
I mix it. No milk.
Well, and Altar Boyz is about, well, you're a boy band,
Yes.
and who sings for a greater power,
Yes.
and you're touring across the country, trying to save as many souls as you can.
Yeah,
So,
it's a good time.
yeah. And you guys have some pretty kick-ass dance moves, too.
We do.
It's a little crazy.
Every now and again.
Yes.
Compliments.
I think we've all dropped a few pounds
Exactly.
since we
Yeah.
started
Yeah, sure.
rehearsals.
Yeah, compliments of
Chris
Chris
Catelli,
Vitelli,
our choreographer.
our wonderful choreographer.
Wow. Well, you're
And
gonna
Lou
get-
Castro.
Lou Castro, who set
associate.
our show.
Well, and I heard that the voice of God is going to be the great
Mr. Roy Leonard.
Yes.
Yes.
Who is a doll. He came and hung out with us one day at rehearsal, and we just talked for an
Drop
hour.
some
and
wisdom
just-
on us.
He's a
Oh
great
yeah,
guy.
he's so cool.
So how has it been working together?
Awful. No.
Yeah.
We all get along.
It's been great.
Except for one of us.
Every day.
Wow.
No, but we get along pretty well.
Yeah.
We've from the beginning we've been
you know, we
pretty
have
tight. I think
our scuffles here and there.
Pretty
We were in
nice.
the van every day, going to rehearsal.
we had to rehearse outside of the
In
city,
Oakbrook, yeah.
so
In Egypt.
they gave us a van, so we had to drive together to and from
We were-
rehearsal every day.
In the
wow.
Altar Boys van. For
Lots
like
of-
an hour.
And the audience.
Shotgun, who gets to sit in front, who gets to sit in the captain's chairs, who gets to sit in back.
Who drove?
So,
I drove. I think I was good.
You did a good
Good.
job. But I was thinking about
driver.
it the other day. I don't think I could do this show the same without these guys. I mean, I could
That's weird.
do it again, but it would definitely be weird and not the same experience to do it with without these, because they've all kind of become a
it's
family.
weird because
and-
both of us, Tyler and I, have both done the show before, and it is. It's very different from cast to cast, and it's just different, adjusting to different people.
Well, yeah.
It's different.
Well, and I was talking to the producer before the interview, and he was telling me how the show is really kicked up a notch here, you know, and things like the
Stuff
Things
Definitely
are a little
a-
bigger.
It is.
Things
a
are
little
all-
more
It's
change
really
has
like
been
a-
put into it.
A rock
definitely.
concert every night.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and the show has such a great following. I mean,
Oh,
the
yeah.
fans are legendary, and it just keeps the show going.
It's such a
Totally.
great show to do, and you come out and everybody's screaming like right at the top of the show.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
walk down the ramp and we have people screaming already. It's really
Right.
nice. And I think, I'm sure everyone else too, but I've gotten so many like Facebook emails and MySpace emails from people who saw the show and
Yeah.
just loved it. And
Yeah, thanks for all
I've
your
just said
MySpace
really-
stuff. MySpace stuff is good.
Please send more. And come see the show.
But it is very spiritual in a way to a lot of people. I mean, I think it's very much like Jesus Christ Superstar or Godspell and that kind of, you know, musical venue where people actually very individual and they get
Yeah.
what they want out of it.
there's a really cool journey that happens in the show. So, and anyone can take different things out of it. Stafford, when we were learning the show, he always said like, someone sitting here will see a totally different show from someone sitting here. You kind of see what you want to see, and I think that's really cool about the show. Is you can get out of it what you want and what you need to. So that's cool.
Well, you guys are in for a long run here, that's for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
So definitely.
All right, well, thank you for joining me. So, see you next time on Stage Door Chicago. This episode of Stage Door Chicago has been made possible by Luminaire Film Productions of Chicago, Illinois.